And good evening, everyone, and welcome to Goffstown High School for a Division I playoff matchup between the Bedford Bulldogs and the Goffstown Grizzlies. My name is Scott Gross, and tonight I'm joined by Broden McCune. Welcome, Broden.
Scott, how's it going?
Broden, if you wouldn't mind just letting people know how our broadcast is going to run, because we are in the studio right now due to COVID.
Yeah, so if you haven't been watching all of the playoffs or all of the season for that matter, we are essentially doing a remote broadcast here. We have no employees or volunteers or anyone in the gym at the moment. We just have a robotic camera, and it's fed back up about 200 feet up here to the studio. And normally we would have a little scorebot, as they like to call it, that would transfer the data that you see there up on the scoreboard. But unfortunately, we're having problems with that scorebot, Scott, because, you know, it happens at the best times, right?
Oh, my God, yeah. Right.
Playoff basketball, that's when we chose to have the problems happen. So we apologize, folks. Fortunately, we can't get it up on the screen, but we can see the scoreboard up here. So I will be able to inform you of the time remaining, what quarter we're in, and how much either team has scored.
So I just want to give the starters. Dan Kaliza, Andrew Gradinskas, Joe DeLacy, Todd O'Connell, and Andrew Zimmerman are going to start for the Bulldogs. One name that's notably absent, unfortunately, due to injury, is Dylan Kumbani. And, you know, watching Dylan play over the first two games, you know, just got to be super impressed with him. But unfortunately, Bedford's going to lose a really key player for them tonight.
Yeah, and Scott, let's remind everyone, this is playoff basketball, folks. And let's talk a little bit about the playoff setup. Teams were randomly picked out of a hat for their seeding. So Goffstown lucked out; they got the 2 seed. I'm not sure what Bedford got for seeding. Scott, if you can help me out with that one.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember. It might have been like a 3 or a 4, but it doesn't matter because it had nothing to do with the regular season. So let's take a look at Goffstown's lineup. Their starters, you're going to see number 3, that's Jack Kelly. Number 4, Robbie Bagidi. Number 13, Aiden O'Connell. Number 23, which is, I think 23 is starting, which is Ryan Strand. Yeah. And then last but not least is number 33, Mason Blondo. And Blondo has had really a remarkable year for a sophomore. He's put up just a lot of points. Very streaky, though. I will say that there's been some games where, you know, Blondo has put up like, say, 14, 16 points in the first half, and then whether it's a combination of Goffstown not getting him the ball or whatever, but, you know, if he can string together like an entire game of being in the game and actually being fed the ball, this guy, there's such an upside to this kid. I mean, he's so talented.
Yeah, and automatically when you talk about Mason Blondo and his scoring, your thought goes back to the very first game of this season against BG, where I'm pretty sure he dropped 23 in his sophomore season opener. Yeah. That's insane to do, especially as an underclassman and a sophomore at that. And speaking of sophomores, tonight returning to the court, to the hardwood, Aiden O'Connell. He'll be taking on his cousin TJ on the other side of the court there. But Aiden coming back from an ankle injury, you may notice on that right ankle a little black piece of cloth there. He does have his ankle wrapped up in a brace, and hopefully he'll be good to go for tonight and hopefully another game, right, Scott?
Yeah. So one of the things about Aiden O'Connell, he's probably one of the best shooters on the team, and he. In that first game against Bedford, you know, he was the one who nailed that last, you know, kind of heartbreaking shot, and he made it. You know, Goffstown prevailed by just 1 point. So really, when you talk to Coach Frank Moreno for the Bulldogs, you know, he'll tell you that Bedford played a great game in Bedford, and they only lost by 1 point on that heartbreaking shot if you're a Bedford Bulldogs fan. And then when they came here to Goffstown, not quite the level of intensity. So Moreno is clearly looking, I'm sure he told his guys, you got to play like that first game.
Yeah, and Scott, I mean, these are teams that have a little bit of a rivalry. Goffstown Bedford, there's some bad blood as we start to get underway here. Playoff basketball in Goffstown on GTV Sports.
Oh, great feed there. Loose ball picked up by the Bulldogs. And you're going to try to see them. Goffstown's going to be in a zone. Looks like, well, maybe not.
I think they're going to run like a man-zone combo. Yep. It looks like they've got somebody to force it down low, but keeping it manned up outside. Way too far there for O'Connell.
Exceptional rebound by Bagidi.
Blondo looks to take a shot of his own. He's going to drive in instead, picks up his dribble. Outside to Strand. Strand picks up his dribble as well. He had Robbie Begidi look to reset this play at the top of the key here. That's what Robbie's going to do.
And really, you got to see what Robbie Begidi's primary job is to dish. He can drive to the hole real well.
Oh, what a move from Blondo as that one doesn't fall. Way to evade his defender there from Blondo. Just kind of steps off of him. Outside here for Bedford. That's number 2, that's Buleza. Now, Scott, this is a team that Goffstown's seen twice already, and it'll be the 3rd time tonight. And
height mismatch there.
Yeah. Jack Kelly slaps the backboard a little bit. Maybe that disrupted the ball flight as he gets a block on the ball, and it'll stay Goffstown possession.
One of the things, in this first minute or so of play, Bedford's gotten 2 offensive rebounds. So Goffstown's going to be a little bit more intense on the defensive glass. And conversely, good job for the Bulldogs, who are crashing the glass.
Yeah. Connell.
Good
guarded
defense.
by Strand. Strand locks him up, and what a play from Strand there.
Nice rebound by Kelly, but good defense there by Strand.
Yeah, Strand does something you're not going to see in the stat booklet there, Scott. He locks up his defender and forces a miscue. Feed there by Begidi, stepped in front of. But turnover forced back by Strand. Begidi on the outside, good hesitation. Down low, Jack Kelly looks for contact. Jack Kelly, he gets 2 of his own there, and Goffstown's got a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, I think the key to any of these playoff games, as we learned with the girls' game, is you got to limit your turnovers, especially in these tight games.
So, you know what, Scott? Looking at it, it seems as though Goffstown is looking to run a man-help defense here, as we see the replay. It looks like they're looking to switch off of their man whenever they can. It brings in. We missed the basket. Yeah. Sorry, folks. It brings in kind of characteristics of zone into a man defense, and man defense is what helped Goffstown get out to a huge offensive lead in that first quarter against the Bedford Bulldogs in their first game together. That one was in Bedford.
And another unforced error for the Goffstown Grizzlies. So we got a tie score here, folks. 2-2, pretty early in the first, and we do see a little bit more of a crowd. 2 tickets per person, per player, shall I say?
Yeah, and I know, talking with a couple of the parents, Scott, a lot of these parents, or not a lot, but a good selection of these parents work in healthcare or these places. I know a couple of these parents are vaccinated, Scott. So
nice
interesting
block
there. Ryan Strand, good block, and he looks to take it up. He's going to pass it off. Begidi outside. Begidi, no good for that shot. And O'Connell.
And that's going to be a turnover by Bedford. That's odd. I think the Bedford player, had a really good point there. It's like he's got to have an opportunity to land his feet.
Watch Strand here. That reach from Strand there is a great one.
So inbounds to Blondo.
O'Connell, he sees a lane. O'Connell quick. That's great.
And that's really the beauty of Aiden O'Connell. He's very smooth.
Yeah. Especially on that jumper.
Nice floater. Can't
good. And Scott, I'm going to use something you say a whole lot. They're kind of just letting them play today.
Oh, yeah.
Play through contact, and O'Connell can't make the layup. He'll get his second attempt. And one for Aiden O'Connell. Let's watch that one back, Scott. Right here, he misses that first one. Easy attempt, honestly. Probably could have made that one. But he'll instead say,
maybe he just
I'll take the opportunity for 3.
Yeah.
And he gets that 3, so it'll be a 7-2 lead here for Goffstown early in the first.
It's going to be a tight game. You can just feel it.
Yeah. Outside shot, in and out. That's tough luck there.
Another rebound by Begidi.
Now, Begidi's looking to get a triple-double tonight, isn't he? Steps up, 3 ball. That one's good.
There you go. And that's what I think Robbie needs to do more of. because he can shoot, and then that frees him up to drive to the lane because then you can't over-guard him.
Yeah, and that's probably Robbie's strong suit there, is freeing himself up and getting to the lane. Poked out again by Ryan Strand, who did it a couple times. Low pass.
Nice play
that was
inside.
batted away by Kelly, but it wasn't enough to stop the Bulldogs.
Yeah,
Grizzlies looking to get this one up fast.
Didn't catch who got that one, but
Robbie misses that one.
Another turnover. That's Goffstown's, I think, third.
Somewhere like that.
Yeah.
In that range there, Scott. They're probably going to see a timeout if this one goes. No call there from Cowett just yet.
10-7. For those of you, sorry that our scoreboard is not operating, but it is 10-7 Goffstown.
Oh, what a move from O'Connell. He was trying to free himself up as well. Kelly across court. Bikiti. He's got Strand. Oh, he loses his dribble. You're going to say kicked ball? Yeah, you can hear Cowett in our court audio saying keep it simple. And they'll say kicked ball. That was on O'Connell. TJ O'Connell.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he agreed with that one, and I'm not so sure he's wrong. But
and I know TJ, and I've actually done some work with him video-wise, and it seems like he doesn't agree with a lot of calls. So
yeah, but that one I think was fair. But
yeah. Aiden.
Gotta be careful on those passes.
Blondo. That one was almost tipped in by Bedford. Blondo looked like he had some better opportunities there, but he gets two regardless.
Blondo almost like willed that one in. That showed his strength because that was almost partially blocked by the Bedford defender. Number 2 drives into the lane, and
wow, that one probably could have been an and one as well.
I would agree. That was a Kaliza. I don't know how he didn't get fouled.
12-9. 3 points separating these two teams. And Aiden, you need to see those defenders. They're getting a little jumpy. They're getting a little anxious.
So now Bedford's going into his zone.
Look at Jack Kelly down low. Look at Jack Kelly down low. Jack Kelly's man cannot stay on him for that long. Let's be honest here, folks. Blondo got a little bit of contact there.
But Blondo's playing outside on the wing, which is a little
He is a wing forward guy.
Yeah.
They'll give him the opportunity to drive.
He's flashing through the paint.
Yep.
That's travel.
Ooh. You want to check, Scott?
I think that is a travel. I don't need to check. I just think it is. So we got a 12-9 lead for the Grizzlies, and no substitutions by either team.
No.
Now Uzi just checked in, right?
Uzi just checked in, and I believe Zimmerman also checked in for Bedford. Who's the guy we were told will be taking Kumbani's spot.
That was really nice defense by Kelly.
That was great play there from Jack Kelly. And you know what? We've said that a whole lot, Scott. Great play, great defense from Jack Kelly.
You know, listen,
he's the leader of this team, if we're being totally honest, right, Scott?
Yeah, I mean, you look at Jack Kelly as a senior, you know, this is it. I mean, you lose, your high school basketball career is over. So, you got Sindoni, he's another senior on the team.
We'll probably see Sindoni come in this lineup soon here.
That's it.
Blondo, great ball movement from Goffstown here. Can't stop now. Kelly.
You gotta watch out when you pick up your dribble.
Back out to Blondo. Blondo, 3-ball. No good. But Jack Kelly fighting for that rebound. Strand's gonna pull it down. Robbie doesn't take his own 3. Now he does. That one's no good. But Jack Kelly, rebound. Oh, that was so close. Oh my goodness. Blondo still has it. And Blondo pushing it back up to Bigidi. Let's see, one more time for Goffstown, right, Scott, right?
Just a lot of good offensive work.
Uzi doesn't want to pull the trigger. And he's going to go out to Blondo. Blondo stands still. He's going to drive and pull back out. Oh, good little hesitation from Blondo. And looks to be Bigidi on O'Connell. A matchup that'll be nice to watch in this zone. There's two players who are pretty good at their craft.
Yeah, it looks as
high post, Mason Blondo. What a move. What a move from Mason Blondo. My goodness. That's a tough one to guard. 5-point lead for Goffstown, 14-9 in this one. Just 31 seconds remaining in this first quarter of playoff basketball here on GTV Sports. TJ O'Connell looking for the isolation, probably going to dribble this one out to the last about 10 seconds of this quarter. Get the final possession here for Bedford. Strand working back to his man. O'Connell to see what he can do. It's DeLacy on the ball here. That's a travel. That's a travel. 1, 2, 3. The ball was probably forced out. I don't think we have enough time to look at that one, Scott, but I think that call could have gone either way. O'Connell caught his man jumping. That one won't go. There's the buzzer. Good first quarter for both teams, really, Scott. And I mean, if you look at probably their objectives that are on these on the whiteboards for either team, for like pregame, this was probably exactly what you wanted. For Goffstown, you wanted to slow down the quick fire offense of Bedford. They like to put up their outside shots and try and draw you in with that, especially with O'Connell and Kumbani being out, your inside guy. I mean, you're going to see even more of that for Bedford, but Goffstown shut that down, and they let him in the inside a little too much, but Goffstown's offense firing on all cylinders as well here. And looks to be a good game that we're in store here. And once again, we'd like to apologize. No scoreboard on the broadcast tonight. We just can't figure out this problem, folks, with our TriCaster and our score bot. So we'll hope to have that fixed by next broadcast. And I believe if the Grizzlies go on to win that, we'll see most likely a game here in Goffstown, either against Trinity, or if Memorial wins against Trinity, it'll be in Manchester. Be Bedford or Goffstown ball here. Aiden O'Connell taking in the inbound here as he'll pass it up to fellow guard Robbie Bikiti. Looking to see what he can do here. He likes to run this offense, and I think that's what Coach Coet likes as well, especially with Aiden O'Connell possibly not being 100%. Uzi doesn't pull the trigger and gets the contact down low. They're not going to call that. They won't call that as a foul, and it'll be Bedford ball here. So dead possession for Goffstown. No points, no other stats either for this one other than a turnover. O'Connell, that's TJ outside, and Uzi slips that screen perfectly. TJ. Difficult shot, and Blondo will come down with it. Bigidi making a move, back out. Sindoni can't haul that one in, and that's just two tough goes there. That's just two tough goes there for Bigidi. Scott, you should be good to go now.
Yeah, I think my mic wasn't working.
Yeah. It's Bedford here. Ooh, that's a good lane to drive down.
And count it.
No.
Oh, it doesn't go in.
No, it doesn't go in. It's a tough one. That's a tough one, but we got two at the line. Londo on that foul for the Grizz. A hush falls over the crowd, Scott. As that one sinks. That'll make it a 4-point deficit here for Bedford. 14-10 is the score.
I think this, if you're Bedford, you should be really happy because one of your best players is not playing tonight,
yeah.
And you're really close right now.
Yep. So 3-point deficit now for Bedford as they sink both. Ooh, good move, but he passes off to Kelly quickly. Mondo. Oh,
but he didn't
tough
finish,
luck there.
And so that's
Bedford ball.
He was there, but the ball's got to go in the hoop, and unfortunately the ball didn't drop for Blondo. So
thumbs up here from Coach Moreno. Looking to see what they'll pull out of the magic hat here for Bedford.
Goffstown's dropping into the zone.
Yep. Probably trying to kill whatever play they're playing.
Bedford had really good success.
Outside attempt, way off.
And you got to get that rebound.
It'll end up back in the paws of the Bulldogs, as that's going to be a hustle play there from Blondo, but he just puts up a prayer essentially.
That's a foul on the floor though.
Yep.
So they were getting the last couple of minutes, Goffstown's been a little out hustled.
And I will say, That's something that this team tends to do. They start to ease off the gas just a little bit, and I think if they can pick that up here, they'll be right back in this one. And I say that like they don't already have a lead. So
Strand is going to come back in the game. Nice defense.
Sindoni, yeah, that's a good contest, and that's gonna force a miss.
I love Jack Kelly on the boards, man. I do.
Wing, Sindoni, out to O'Connell. They're giving him a lane to the basket. They're letting him drive, probably because
there you go. Take it.
Blondo, another good move, just can't finish. Blondo, that's gotta be a foul.
No, they said all ball. That's what the ref said. But yeah, Blondo has had a tough go of it. Just hasn't. He's been able to drive, but the ball hasn't finished, and that's a push-off.
Yep. Blondo.
Bedford got away with them. You said before, the officials are letting them play.
Yeah. Sometimes that's a great thing, but sometimes when it starts to look like it's one way, it can be.
I don't think it's been
intrusive.
Oh, that's a nice play by Blondo.
From Blondo through contact there, and I mean, if you let him play, you let him play, and
I think it's been called, good on both sides. I mean, they're letting him play on both sides of the ball. I mean, it's not lopsided or anything.
It just seems like one of these teams between the two tends to do something that would be called a foul more often than the other, is what I'm saying. It's not a matter of the referees calling it, Scott.
Good
it's a matter of
there by
the
O'Connell.
Oh, that is a travel. That's a travel, Scott.
He's a little out of control, that's for sure. Good defense by O'Connell again.
This team is just clamping them up tonight.
Good pass.
Good feed, but no good on the shot.
Just couldn't get it to fall, and that's kind of what Goffstown's been dealing with, both teams.
O'Connell.
Reach in. Number 4.
We'll look at this last one here, see if there was a travel. We'll count the steps. One.
Oh, yes, only because his foot slipped. To be honest with you. Because of that, it could have been called. I think it was Ferrucci with that reach in, and Goffstown's Kelly will inbound the ball. And now we're going to get a timeout. Not sure who called it. Yeah, we got to apologize, for that. We're not in the gym, so there's a lot of things that we don't hear from the officials. So please bear with us.
We'll take a look back at a replay here. Blondo, just his work inside cutting is beautiful. And that play right there through contact to finish that one. It's not something you see from an underclassman.
There's a lot of talented, you look at O'Connell too, who's a sophomore.
Yeah.
And the guy's got ice in his veins in terms of shooting.
Yeah.
So it looks like Coach Cowette's going with a relatively short bench here in the playoffs. I mean, we've seen Poyo come in, and we've seen Sindoni, but that's been about it.
Going to be about it, Scott.
Well, if you're going to give Blondo a breather, maybe you bring Strickland in.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Strickland, especially lacking a down low talent like Kumbani on the other side of the ball.
Really, the story that I'm seeing in this first half for both teams is the lack of ability to finish.
Yeah.
They've been able to drive the lane to the hoop, but they just can't get it to fall. And that's equal for both teams tonight.
So back into the zone for Goffstown. O'Connell with eyes in the back of his head somehow gets that pass off.
That's a foul.
Sindoni. I don't think so.
That looked like a foul to me.
I didn't get it. I wasn't able to grab a replay, and they didn't call it. So
well, they're letting them go. I mean,
Kelly outside, great feed, and see if the ball movement works out here in the Grizzlies' favor. Ooh, O'Connell, no good. That's going to be a foul.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Strand.
Yep. And sometimes that hustle can be a little too much for a player, right?
That was a mugging.
Yeah. 20. That's Strand. Looks like somebody else will come into this game here for Goffstown.
Yeah, so, Broden, can you refresh the score and the game clock for us since we don't have it?
Yeah, it's 16-11 with 3:46 left in this second quarter, Scott. Oh, my goodness. Robbie Begidi fighting for it down low, and they'll say out of bounds. It's
great hustle by Robbie Begidi. Look at this. He's diving on the ground and just what he's able to create there. Yeah. So that's what you need from
Forces
Begidi.
a turnover that already puts you back into your own side of the court. Oh, Jack Kelly started moving before O'Connell could hit him with the pass.
I tell you, give credit to Coach Moreno. I think that the execution of their zone defense is giving Goffstown a hard time.
Yeah, I think it seems a little mirrored to what Goffstown likes to do, right, Scott?
It does. Well, there's a reason why. Nice drive by number 4. That was Matt Ferrucci. Great drive.
And it's still neck and neck, Scott. 3 points separating these teams as it's 16 to 13 now.
That was a beautiful drive by Ferrucci off glass.
Timeout here by Goffstown, I'm going to assume.
Yeah, so the reason why you're seeing probably similar style of play is that Coach Cowett for Goffstown was an assistant for Frank
you
Marino.
Mentioned that earlier in the broadcast.
So it's not uncommon when you see that.
Over.
I was kind of joking with him. I said, so you're kind of like the Coach Belichick here, and he started laughing. He did say though that sometimes Coach Cowett kind of knows his play before he does.
Yeah.
But I guess when you work with each other that long, you kind of get those tendencies, and you know what the coach is going to do.
Goffstown will break this huddle early, and got a glimpse there. It looked like Cowett was drawing something up on his whiteboard, so maybe he's got a play called like zone breaker or something in there.
Yeah.
So he'll try and shake it up for the Bulldogs.
You've had your fair share of turnovers on both sides of the ball, but again, when you're trying to win a playoff game, you've got to have really good, strong execution.
Londo, quick shot, no good. I think you got to dial up something a little more complex than that, right, Scott?
Yeah, you do, but I think what you're seeing here is that, Blondo, who's streaky, so this is a half that, he hasn't put up, 12, 14 points. It's a travel.
Yep. You want to check that one, Scott, or are we just saying that's good?
I think we're really good on that one. Because I know it's a travel because I heard about 6 people in the stands say it.
Travel! Cowett called that one out.
Yeah. See what Begidi can do in terms of, again, it's all about someone's going to have to go and either flash through the paint, like right there.
Oh, it looks like they're going to take the blocking foul. We'll watch that one.
Yeah, let's see if his feet were set. We won't be able to see because
he was moving. Scott.
Yeah, the official was blocking it. But
you can see though his momentum was being carried backwards.
Yeah, it's one of the toughest calls I think for an official is that blocking versus charge. But
luckily the official was right there, in front of the call.
Yeah. There you go.
Back outside.
Now the way that you're gonna have to do this is that
Blondo. Blondo finds Kelly. Layup good.
Beautiful for Jack Kelly.
And it's almost too easy for
Jack Kelly. That's good eyes though by Blondo and
Strand not letting O'Connell get an inch of room here. Zimmerman, that's got to be a charge. They're gonna say block.
That's a tough. Let's see.
We'll watch. Oh, no, we got the tail end of it.
Got the tail end of it. I think what happened was that the first one might have been they didn't call anything, and then it might have been a reach in after that. So I think that's what Coach Cowett is asking here is that, what was that? Because there were 2 areas of contact.
Yeah.
It was clearly body contact, and then it looked like a reach-in type contact.
Aiden O'Connell giving his man a little bit of heckling there, and Blondo looking to take this one up the court.
He's got to pull it up.
Yep. He slowed it down. O'Connell. Wow. That's all I can say, Scott. I was trying to get a line out there, and I just wow. O'Connell playing through a little bit of an injury still, as Begidi finds his way on this one. That's gonna be.
You cannot call a foul on Begidi on that. You gotta be kidding me.
He's fighting for the ball. Oh my God! The man went under him.
He went underneath him.
Oh. They didn't call.
I was going to say, if anything, it's a Bedford foul, not a Goffstown foul.
Wow, yeah, because he went under. That's what you saw that ref making that motion for.
So they changed that.
It seems like Frank Marino was not.
Well, the reason why is because it was called the other way, and then I think it was called the other way erroneously at first. So
that's a 6-point word there, Scott.
Another foul. And Moreno is saying, man, he's giving him the off arm. And I don't know, we don't have replay on that one.
No, we don't. But you look at it there, you do have to give the ball handler a little bit of room. And if they're trying to force their way out of it, then they have the right to keep the ball, and you have the right to go for the ball, but you don't have the right to go for the body. So I think that's probably what you're seeing there.
We got a 20-13 lead for the Grizzlies.
Strand leaning in outside Bagidi. Bagidi takes a second, and he drains that one.
See, when Bagidi can do that, and we talked about this, right? That Robbie needs to put the shot up more.
He's got 10 points separating these teams, now 7.
Who got that one? I
don't know if I think. I want to say that was DeLacy.
Okay, I apologize to the Bedford folks.
Maybe not. Oh, bad.
Great.
But good hustle there from O'Connell. O'Connell out to Bagidi. Bagidi's only got 20-something seconds here. About 20 now. O'Connell, outside shot. Bounces off the front and inside.
Let's see if Bedford is satisfied.
Yeah, I mean, they've got 12 seconds here to hold the ball and maybe make this a little less than 7-point deficit. Oh, that's clean, apparently. Strand pushing it up the court. Kelly.
Oh, good
pass.
try.
Oh, that was a good play there from Strand and Kelly. So going into the second half, 23-16, 7 points separating these teams in playoff basketball. Scott, what do you think about that first half?
A little helter-skelter, to be honest with you, but I think the defense of both teams going into that zone just, I think, created a lot of havoc. And they both teams played the zone well.
Yeah.
Which forced, again, their opponent to kind of take weird shots, more turnovers than you'd like to see.
Yep.
But I think the key to this game is what coach executes a better offense against a zone.
Yeah.
And let's see what Moreno and let's see what Ryan Cowett can do. The team that can figure out how to score against the zone is going to win this one.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys after the half, and we'll be back in less than 10 minutes.
can actually break this zone? And that's one. And secondly, who has the intensity coming out of the half?
Yeah, Scott, I just realized over on the soundboard that we were muted. Unfortunately, got back a little bit late. There was only 30 seconds left in the half, and now you can hear us, folks. So sorry about that. And we could hear each other. We were just talking about this play, and luckily you were able to see it as Uzi Empoyo steps in front of that one. Isn't able to corral it though. They're gonna say a foul on that.
Yep.
All right, we'll check the replays from the start of the second half here. As O'Connell will go to the line. O'Connell, you know, there must be some gene in that family that runs that you get a really nice shot, as TJ and Aiden both have very smooth jumpers.
Yeah, so folks, in the second half, unfortunately our scoreboard is not operational tonight. We're having glitches with it, so we're going to call out the score every minute or so.
Yeah, it's 27-18 right now, pending this free throw from O'Connell as he sinks it. So it'll be 27-19. Aiden O'Connell taking this one out by
now
8.
They're playing almost like a matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of reminiscent of that help defense type thing. That's not a travel there, as Moreno was calling that one out. Bagidi, tough pass there from Bagidi. That's something he got to work on coming out of that first half, as
there you go.
Somehow falls there for Blondo.
So like I said during the halftime, Mason Blondo had a lot of good looks, but a lot of them didn't drop.
Yeah.
And you know, when those balls start to drop for Blondo, look for him to put up a lot of points.
Yeah.
And you're also seeing really good defensive intensity here.
DeLacy got a man on his back, essentially, from O'Connell.
Speaking of DeLacy, I mean, he was like the one-man wrecking crew for Bedford in the first half.
I'll say that's a foul.
And it's probably one on Strand.
Yeah. Most likely.
Yeah.
Not a, oh no, they will call that a shooting foul.
Yeah, so DeLacy, speaking of DeLacy, I mean, he put up almost all the points for, he put up, let's say,
12
of the 16.
As he's got a chance to put up 2 more here as he misses the first one. Put 12 of the 16 up, meaning that he had 75% of those points there for the Bulldogs. Let's see if he can up that to 13, and he does. So light press here from Bedford, maybe showing what they'll be pulling out later as clutch time comes into effect. Goffstown still aiding a 9-point lead here. Strand gets caught up in the baseline as Blondo, hesitation, move inside. That looked like it could have been tipped there by a Bulldog, but Strand, good hustle to get the rebound.
There you go. That's a foul every day of the week, and unfortunately can't go for Uzi.
Yeah, it'll give him the 2 attempts at the line here. As you know, Uzi's not somebody that really takes the shot. He likes to get down low, which is odd because his stature is a little bit smaller than every other guy, right, Scott?
Yeah, so Uzi's, let's see what he does in the free throw line here.
Sinks that first one.
You got to call the bank, though.
Doesn't count. He didn't call bank. No, I don't think those are official rules.
If I'm not off, this is like their first set of free throws? I think it is.
No, because remember Aiden O'Connell had that and one.
Right, so Goffstown's made their free throws tonight, which is good for them. They've had issues.
TJ
Great
O'Connell,
pass
good
down
feed.
low.
But look who comes away with that one, Blondo.
So Blondo with a really great block against Bedford.
Blondo passes back.
Someone's got to cut to the hoop, or that's going to be a cheapy reach, and you don't want to get those, but he does.
We'll take a look at this one here from Blondo on the
Look at this
on the
beautiful
block.
pass down
Yeah,
low.
it was a good feed and everything, and then Blondo just says, not enough for me.
So O'Connell will inbound the ball, and that was a kind of a little ticky-tacker on Kaliza reach in.
You know, this is. I mean, you switch roles here. This is somewhere that Cowett would say, "Show him your hands. You don't want another one." If you're Bedford,
you gotta watch out if you're a Big Edie. You can't pick up the dribble there.
And Uzi, no foul, no blocking
for Uzi.
And gets it.
That's 4 points for him off the bench.
He just kind of flicks that one in there, and it falls.
So we got 30.
And they're going to call that one on Strand.
Strand's in trouble, by the way. I think that's at least his third.
Take a look back at that last play here from Uzi. So probably could have been a blocking foul, but they won't call it. It'll just say TJ was probably falling a little bit on his own there.
So I don't know if.
And now he's at the line.
I got to assume Strand came out of the game because.
Yeah, he is, because Sindoni's down there on the low block.
Because that's his least third.
That one drops for TJ.
So what's our score now?
It is 33-23, a 10-point difference between these two teams. 4:30 left in this third quarter.
And again, now Bedford's doing what they did before, kind of sitting down in that zone, but again, you got to have movement if you're the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and you did see a little early on as the ball was coming up. A
turnover by O'Connell, and the numbers are in Bedford's favor. Long three.
That's something that TJ O'Connell normally gets, but look at McGeady on the rebound, and he's taking it up the court. Quick play there.
And Mason Blondo couldn't finish once again, but McGeady had a strong rebound, goes coast to coast, dishes, but couldn't execute.
That one's
that's
good.
A 3-4.
I can't tell. The numbers and the jerseys are both very dark, and it's hard to tell across the court there with black on red. Down low, Poyo.
And how many layups is this team going to miss?
So we'll see Jack Kelly come back in, who's, somebody that's very, very well versed in the defensive mind here for Blondo, who's maybe done something that we normally talk about Jack Kelly doing in missing those easy
layups. I think Blondo took a hit to the face or something because he stepped out.
A little woozy there.
He did, and but Goffstown's missed, I think, 3 layups.
What was on the line? That's a good call there from the ref.
Unforced error there by the Bulldogs.
Check it.
That was DeLacy, right?
Right. There, yep. It's a good call.
No, Kaliza, I apologize. See, I think Robbie could have a field day on some of these guys in terms of just getting
movement.
Yeah, getting to the line. The ball was touched, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Sindoni, good hustle to get it though.
Yeah.
To reach in, reset this if you're Cowett. Call a different play here.
Number 10 for Bedford. That would be Rudinskas.
And number 4 comes in, that's Ferrucci. I think Ferrucci was one of those names we called a lot.
We did. In the second half, I think he put up a ton of points.
Yeah. O'Connell to Kelly. Kelly, we haven't seen Kelly take a whole lot of outside jumpers, but he comes down with the rebound.
Yeah, they can't put a shot up like within 2 feet of the rim.
Yeah,
in the third quarter. I mean, if they executed that, they'd be up by like another 8 points.
Great play from TJ O'Connell there.
Well, you know what? I tell you, if you're Coach Cowett,
quick down the court,
you might want to think about a timeout soon because this team is getting out hustled and they're not executing. And Marino's like, man, I thought Begidi bumped him, to be honest, so I'm with Coach Marino on that one.
I believe Anthony Sindoni went down a little bit hard, so we're going to see Blondo come back in for Goffstown.
But just
and a timeout called.
It's almost needed, so I think it's Goffstown called a timeout, which is appropriate because, man, if you go back and you look at this quarter, you will see 4 missed layups.
And this lead is dissipated.
Oh, yeah, it's only, what, a 5-point lead now?
5-point lead now, 33-28.
And Bedford has the ball, so,
a chance to make it a 1-possession game here for Bedford. That's huge, especially coming off of such a large deficit at the start of this second half.
And, when you look at that, third quarter, how it started off, Goffstown came out super strong, very fast, right? Physical, good defense. And then the last 2 to 3 minutes, the momentum has very much shifted over to the Bulldogs. They've stepped up their intensity. They've executed. They've held on to the ball, good passes, whereas Goffstown, again, has slipped. So, again, basketball, just like most sports, games of momentum, still very much a lot to play in this game. We're about halfway through the third.
So we'll see Bedford take possession again after it just went out of bounds. I don't know how much you can.
So it looks like, I guess they call it playing small. So we got, Uzi, Begidi, and O'Connell. And then you've got, Blondo and Kelly. Now they're playing a 2-3. zone.
Which is, I believe they run a 2-3 normally. That's the set they normally run out of. But looks like these the guards, they're pulling up to stop the outside shot. So that's something you don't see super often in a 2-3 set. O'Connell.
That's a shot you gotta make.
His teammate. And
long rebound.
Way out there. That's a good pass across the court, which is something you don't hear all that often.
A skip pass, which could be dangerous sometimes. And this is where it looks like Bedford's either got the flash in the paint like they're doing right now, or you got to execute that outside shot.
That's just not going to be the right execution. Blondo pushing this one up. And loses it behind the back.
There we go. This is reminiscent, unfortunately,
of the girls' game. Scott.
Long three, and it's good.
Sinks it.
Well, now we're to a 2-point lead.
It's 33-31. Goffstown still retains the lead, but they've got to put points up, Scott. If you want to keep the lead, you got to score more points than the other team.
And that's going to be a foul.
Ooh,
a lot of extracurriculars.
Kelly's not liking that. You know what Cowett is saying there to Kelly? He said they high-fived after that one. Don't let him get in your head. Yeah. That's what they're trying to do.
Yep.
Back up and help. Be solid. Cross. Mason Jack, cross. Strong help.
You see McGee here. It's Glazer. Down low. Blondo looking to get a move.
There you go.
That's a good feed. Back to Blondo. He's got Kelly there. Kelly, 3-ball.
Is that the ball you want?
I mean, you're wide open. You got to take it, right?
Jump ball?
What?
Jinx, double jinx. That's surprising. How is that a jump ball?
Goffstown's lucky to retain possession there.
I know, but I don't get that one. But hey, it's what it is.
First time Strickland sees the hardwood today, as they're going to get a lob up to him.
Another jump ball. Man, quick on the jump balls.
Very, very quick on these jump balls, and you know Peyton Strickland is having none of that. Because he knows he'll end up with that ball.
So now Goffstown looks like they're putting a little more height in the game.
And Strickland not only adds that.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to see, quite honestly.
Yeah,
Is this lineup.
Oh, Begidi forcing a good miscue, but O'Connell ties it up.
So, 10-point lead has been erased. And actually, yeah.
Good lead pass for Strickland. Strickland makes a move.
He traveled. We'll see.
No, he didn't. That third step did not hit the ground. As we are already, these teams are moving quick.
Yeah, so this is, it's been Goffstown's game the whole time. And this is the first lead of the game for the Bedford Bulldogs.
What a play there from TJ O'Connell.
Turn around like you would not believe. Stripped. Nice job defensively. That was number 13, I think. O'Connell. He has had a whale of a game this second half.
Yep. He's coming back. Blondo.
Misses another one.
And
somebody got hurt, but you can't. I'm sorry, but I don't know if you can do that.
Yeah, no. The play goes on there unless he's down.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree. And again, I don't want any player to be hurt by any stretch of the imagination.
But you can't stop. You can't stop play.
I just don't know if you can stop play
unless he's down.
Or, no, and also unless he is down and he would be a danger to other on the court, but he walked off the court. So
we're gonna move back.
Maybe I'm sure I'll get schooled by Rick Wilhelmi, my resident official.
Good move, good feed there, Blondo. You just can't come up with it.
That's a turnover. So.
Well, that'll end the third quarter, and all of a sudden, Bedford's got a 2-point lead here, and the Bulldogs play with the Grizzlies.
Well, my big thing is, what does Goffstown do in terms of their substitutions?
I'll tell you what, Strand just tapped that scorers table. We'll see Ryan once again in this game, but he's in foul trouble.
Yeah, I just don't know, honestly, like how many he has. I'm thinking he might have 4. Because he didn't play a whole lot of that third quarter. So
At most, he's got, what, 2 to give?
Yes. I mean, he's definitely, according to my score sheet, he's got at least 3, but because of where we are in the studio and the camera, I can't see every time that the ref, what fingers they're putting up, and we can't certainly hear what they're saying. So again, a 2-point lead for Bedford. You got to give them just a ton of credit. They wiped away a 10-point deficit. So I don't know what run they went on, folks, but clearly that now with a 2-point lead in that third quarter, they just did a spectacular job.
Yeah.
And for Goffstown, if you want to know why you're down by 2, is because you've missed probably in the third quarter alone 4, maybe 5 easy layups, putbacks. And,
and you can't kick Goffstown over that, because that's as a result of Bedford's interior D. They've been good too.
I'm not gonna go there, only because
they crash. They crash like crazy.
No, I'm talking about they missed like layups. So you'll see if you watch this game over again, you'll see that those were.
There have been attempts that are easy makes that have been missed.
Now I'm gonna tell you this right now. I don't understand what we got here. With Begidi not on the court, so I don't get it.
Turnovers, Scott. Turnovers have been a big factor here, and I believe Begidi's got 4 or 5 of them in his own right. Foul on the floor.
Let's see, we got that one.
1-1.
I'm just. That's DeLacy. I say that only because I don't think at least 1 or 2 of those turnovers were based upon a guy not cutting or him expecting a cut somewhere. Another miss. So that's what I'm saying.
That's like that one's bad placement, Scott. I will tell you.
I'm just telling you that's the story of this game so far, is that they're getting the ball down low, and shots that they would easily make, they are just not dropping. Gotta watch out, you can get travel there.
I mean, we can hear the court audio, so somehow that drops. My goodness, that's a tough one to Goffstown.
It's still early in this fourth quarter, but unless you just want to give Begidi a 2-minute breather here.
O'Connell.
But there's nobody underneath.
I'm hearing a little chatter here from either team, and I'm seeing it getting a little chippy too, and I'm going to account that to Bedford because I've heard it while they're on defense. But you can't let them get in your heads here and let them pull away with this lead because of it. You got to stay focused, and you got to stay in this one if you're Goffstown, and don't listen to them. Drown them out. They can do what they want to do, but at the end of the day, you got to play basketball.
And that's going to be a foul on Goffstown. And all intensity, folks. Again, games are momentum, and momentum has shifted dramatically to the Bedford Bulldogs here. Again, I don't understand why you're...
Well, Uzi draws the foul there.
Yeah.
Forced a turnover as well.
I just don't understand why Begidi isn't in the game.
Scott, it has yet to be 2 minutes, so I think they're trying to probably get back in within 2 points at least.
And how many minutes are there in a quarter?
8.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to clarify that. Okay.
It's 6:26.
I know. I just wanted to clarify that.
Uzi misses his first. O'Connell will come back in for Bedford, but Begidi still remains on the bench. And Boyo misses both. O'Connell getting quick down low, but picks up his dribble.
Good defense there by Strand.
Strand works back to his man after the dribble move.
You see the ball movement though. Now obviously we're playing a man, but you see the ball movement by Bedford.
Yeah. Strand's got to catch back up with this guy. Top the key. Oh, good. Wanda come down with it.
That's a foul.
That's a foul. Come on.
My goodness, man.
Come on. That's
foul
one.
Again.
Okay, that is one. All right. Okay.
Oh boy.
That's 7 for Bedford at least. It's at least 7.
That's 13. That's O'Connell, and you are right. That's going to go to the line, and here's what we talk about, right?
I mean, this is what Strand was kicking himself over, and he was in the gym, put up about 50 of these. So let's see if they paid off for the 1-1. He's got his first.
Good job by Strand on that one. And these playoff games come down to who can hit free throws, because a lot of times you got to foul towards the end of a game. Nice job by Ryan Strand.
Well done, Ryan. That's definitely showing, because Ryan Strand is also a sophomore.
That's right. I forgot about that.
That's showing some of that early.
Yeah. So they start
seniority.
3 sophomores. I apologize. I should have said that at the beginning of the game. And now Goffstown's a light press.
Don't want to let O'Connell get an outside attempt here and stretch this lead out more. You're already sitting at 2 points.
I'm thinking that, I hate to harp on this, but I'm thinking Baghetti might be hurt, because I don't understand it. He's got to, I mean, he's your point guard.
I'm not sure,
and a
Scott.
darn good one at that.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know either. I didn't see anything, right? Did you?
Not that I can remember, no. O'Connell on O'Connell. PJ puts up a shot, won't go. Blondo comes.
Nice board by Blondo. Yeah, good solid positioning, and this is really. I hope that yes, there he is. There's Baghetti.
There's Baghetti. He'll come back into this one. Jack Kelly hop step inside, just can't get it. Blondo on the rebound. There's got to be a foul there. Thank you.
So that's 8. That's number 8.
So that will put him at 9.
But
that'll put him at 9.
And I don't know. 8 or 9 foul?
It'll be 9.
I thought Strand's 1 and 1.
That was 8.
Okay.
Because it's at 7 on the board.
Good job by Mason there.
And I don't know if you heard Cowett say one more. Just got to draw one more foul, then you'll get 2 solid shots at the line. Looking to tie this one up here. Blondo doesn't make it, but Kelly comes down with the rebound, and no, it doesn't fall. Blondo. Are you kidding? I'm sorry, Scott. It's a little outrageous. I understand the mantra of letting him play and all that, but there were 3 fouls on 1 possession.
Why didn't Baghetti get in the game on that second free throw?
I don't know, Scott. Actually,
help me.
That is almost too easy of an attempt for Bedford there. Blondo taking this one up. Strand. Kelly. A little too much contact still from Bedford. Kelly working inside. Looks off. And
he can't finish. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but O'Connell was also just pushed off the block too. Like there's a little too much.
And there was a block.
Okay, that's travel. I thought that was going to be the blocking again.
Well, it could have been.
No, it was the same thing that just happened to
I get it, but
O'Connell.
So can you give me the time? I just want to make a note of this.
3:54.
So 3:54.
Less than half.
So
the quarter remaining, and that's when Baghetti
missed the. Okay, I just wanted to.
1 point deficit here for Goffstown. Seeing if Rob Baghetti can be the man to fix it here for the Grizzlies. Hoyo, it's blocked.
Man, he had Ryan Strand like wide open. Just didn't see him.
That was a tough one, Scott.
So I think, Coach Cowett thinks that going small is the way to go here.
And I mean, there's not much you can do about it here, especially with the foul trouble and where everyone else is. And
get on the ball,
turnover. Oh my goodness, that's a stressful one to watch, and Cowett takes the timeout here. Wow, that was a stressful little possession.
So Goffstown down by 1. They trailed Bedford 37-36, and a whale of a game. It did in the second quarter and even into the third. You're thinking, okay, Goffstown might pull away here, but no. Bedford roared back and actually led by almost 4 points. 4 points at one point.
Yeah.
37-33, and it's been a very physical game, folks. The referees have let a lot go on kind of both sides. That being said, Goffstown has gone to the line for the bonus. I don't know the team foul situation for Goffstown, but Bedford has at least 8 or 9. I think it's 9 team fouls
up there. It looks, I could not tell you.
Okay, so according to that, it says 8 team fouls for Goffstown. I'm sorry, for Bedford.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So I was incorrect.
Yeah, so you thought you heard Cowett say, oh, one more.
One more, yeah.
Yeah, so because Strands was the first 1-1, and then the second one was that second foul. So
I guess they're just updating the scoreboard very quickly. So good work to the operator.
So this one's going to go down to the wire, no doubt about it.
Last time it went down to the wire, who but Aiden O'Connell hit a game-sealing shot.
But this is exactly what I talked about in the beginning of the game. Coach Moreno wanted them to play with the level of intensity that they did in Bedford, where they lost by 1.
Good feed. Mpoyo tries to get him to jump.
He traveled.
No, he didn't, because he did that little hesitation. Mpoyo has Bakiti.
I don't understand what this offense is. There's nobody underneath, so I just don't.
He's out.
Goffstown gets a break there.
Yep.
I will say that not a great offensive set. Nobody was in the paint. Then there's a shot goes up. There's not a person within 6 feet of the rim.
But Scott, it's hard to play in the paint because you were just pointing it out. They're playing very small. You got to let them. You got to let your players drive. If they're playing the paint, they're driving to it. They're not going to be cutting without the ball to it, unless your name is Jack Kelly. Out off
so
Bedford.
That's good. Now Blondo will come back in for Mpoyo.
Yep. So now you're not going to be playing as small, and you will see players in the paint without the ball.
And the time, Broden.
Time is 2:22.
2:22. Bedford leads by 1, 37-36.
Aiden O'Connell tripped up there. I won't call it as a foul, though. Say he was making his way through.
They're going to call a play.
Yep.
High screen by Blondo.
Bagiti trying to break down the lane. Blondo. That's a great play.
That's a sweet play.
That's really something there, Scott, from Blondo. He shows incredible footwork getting his way to the basket. It's just a matter of if he can finish or not, I think.
So Goffstown leads by 1, and Broden, if you keep calling out the time.
1:50 left. As no good on the layup attempt for Bedford.
I'll tell you, Bagiti has had a lot of rebounds for a guard tonight.
Bagiti, I said it earlier, he's looking for a double-double or something. Not too much on the points for Rob.
Well, he has a couple of threes, but
otherwise, Strand stops.
Oh, I thought Strand should have went up with that one.
He probably should have. Blondo hands off
that's
to
a foul.
And it's got to be. It's got to be.
But that was a foul before.
O'Connell literally right here.
Right there.
He just sets the ball down and he saes, all right, come on.
Right.
Come on,
Oh,
folks.
so it was just a late whistle, and maybe it's, I don't know if they're using those electronic whistles. Maybe that's what happened.
No, I think those are, they've got the whistles in the masks, I believe. O'Connell probably, I'm not going to say that, Scott. I won't say that. Good.
If there was ever anybody that would want on the line, you're looking at.
I was just about to say something along those lines, Scott, but he's not off the line yet, so I don't want to give him that old announcer's jinx. He misses the second one. That's what you did, Scott. Good job.
Jinxed them.
2 points.
And we got a timeout, Bedford. How much time we got?
1:22. A minute since you last asked, Scott. So
1:22.
1:22 left.
And Bedford trails by 2, 39-37, and you know.
I mean, low-scoring game. That goes to tell you one thing: defense. Defense.
So Bedford now has 9 fouls. We know that.
Yep.
So the next one will be the double bonus, which will be to Goffstown's advantage.
Hopefully.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if the circumstances are such where, you know, Goffstown is able to get, let's just say a 4-point lead, and you have to foul in those situations, it'll be advantage Goffstown. I don't know how many team fouls Goffstown has, or how many. You know,
I believe it's floating somewhere around 6.
6. I got to think that's the case. So in that case, you want to play tough D, and don't give a layup, an open layup, but just be mindful of that. It is high school ball. It's not, you know, it's tough, and the pressure is so tough, making a one-on-one opportunity. But give a lot of credit. Both these teams playing tough. I would say a very physical game between these two teams.
Without a doubt.
probably one of the most physical games that we've seen, right, Broden?
Yeah.
And I know that they had physical games with Bedford before, but this one is at a new level.
There's some bad blood between these teams, to say the least. Connell to TJ. Step back.
That was a nice defense by Strand.
Yeah.
I love his footwork.
Yeah, and looks like Strand's assignment almost all night has been on Connell. And
beautiful
that ties it up. Is that DeLacy again?
DeLacy.
I think that's DeLacy again.
DeLacy. That was sweet.
Stone cold from DeLacy tonight.
Stone cold DeLacy, that's what we're going to call him?
I guess so. Geedy drives the lane. He won't call it. Strand
doesn't like to shoot, does he?
No, he probably could have
Man,
gotten
that one was on the
Blondo,
free
too.
throw line. That's lucky.
A lot of
Connell. Timeout.
timeout.
How much time we got?
38.7 seconds. That's almost a little too much to call a timeout, I think, Scott.
Well, here's what might be the case. So if you're Coach Cowett, maybe you're saying that, hey, here's what I want you to do, guys. We're going to hold the ball, and it's a tie score right now.
Yep.
And then we're just going to make one play, and either if we make the basket, we win the game. If we don't make the basket, it goes into overtime. So,
yes, hold it. Hold it for a while.
Right.
But don't get a 5-second call. Don't get all that.
Right. So I don't know. It's, again, 38.7. So we're going to lean on you, Broden, in the control room, because you can see how much time is on the clock.
Yes.
So if you can kind of periodically call it out. So let's see what kind of play is drawn up. You look at this game, and both teams have had missed opportunities. Both teams have had turnovers, but for us on the Grizzlies side of things, it's just the number of kind of layups or kind of close to the basket opportunities,
shots.
right, that did not go in, that were missed, is kind of the story of this game.
Yeah, and for this one, for Goffstown, whatever play you're running off of the inbound here, you don't want to give them the ball.
Yeah. So let's see.
Something simple that will work.
So I think it was O'Connell who was the heartbreaker for the Bedford Bulldogs at home. What's going to happen tonight?
Strand gets it first, but there will be some passing here. There has to be. He will get it high.
So keep calling out that time when you can.
29 seconds here.
So you just don't want turnovers.
No. 23 seconds. Outside, Strand, 3 ball, no good. O'Connell comes down with the rebound. Timeout.
Good call, I like that.
17.4 seconds left remaining. As good attempt there from Strand. You can't blame him for not making that one really, because it was just a good attempt.
Oh, listen, anytime you get a clean look, you're going to take it and then give credit to, I think it was O'Connell,
and
long rebound.
Yeah,
So
Scott, let's be honest. Everyone who's ever played basketball, some practice outside in the driveway, I've always talked about this. They've always 10, 9, 8. In the playoffs, this is do or die, Scott, and hopefully somebody's gotten enough practice of this that they can do it.
So what we'll probably need from you, bro, and if it does get to that, then I'll tell you what, I'm not going to say anything. You can just kind of call down the clock and let the folks at home watch the play. There's no need for us to call anything. So if we get close like that, feel free to just count it down.
Yep.
So again, we apologize. Our scorebot device, which ordinarily you'd see the clock on your screen and the score, it was malfunctioning today. So right now we got a tie game, 39-39. I call it a defensive, gritty battle by both teams. Goffstown had the lead at the half. Bedford came roaring back, played tremendous third quarter, and now we are tied with, was it 18 seconds you said?
17.4.
17.4. So Kelly will inbound underneath his hoop, the baseline.
Gives it to Blondo. That same spot where Strand got it last time. 12.
Might get a foul too, right? You go to the line.
9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. A foul called. And this one.
Can you show? We have no replays.
I didn't get a replay of that. I'm doing six things at once here, Scott.
Jack Kelly just looked angry that there was no foul. on
don't
that.
blame him. I don't blame him. This is honestly, Scott, I think this narrative of letting him play has gone a little too far.
Yeah.
And letting him play has turned into, at this point, who on Bedford can make the sloppiest play on defense?
Well,
I hate to say it because I know we've got a lot of Bedford people, but at this point, this team is getting very physical, and they're not getting called for it.
Yeah, well,
they've got 9 fouls, and honestly, that's too little.
Yeah, I have to. I almost have to agree with you here. There are 9 fouls on Bedford. There probably could be more, and I'd also argue that there probably could be a few more on Goffstown. But you know, I think Bedford goes into it with the mindset of they're going to be physical, and that's kind of their mantra. And then if the officials let it go, they let it go.
So Goffstown should get this ball first for overtime, and it'll be a 4-minute overtime. You know, this fifth quarter.
It doesn't look like they're getting the ball first because no one's going over there. They're not getting the ball. Bedford is getting the ball.
Oh.
So why did you say that?
Because the 3 other overtime games that we have seen with these rules is the home team gets it. And that's what we've seen the last 3 times. So I guess maybe it's just because Goffstown had possession last?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I've not been able to figure this thing out at all because there were a couple of games where both the same team got the initial and then the second half, and I couldn't figure it out.
I think it's possession based for some reason. It's like, Bedford's getting a little trigger.
That's a foul.
Or something. Well, letting them play, right, Scott?
Yeah. Well.
Outside. That one sinks.
Who's that?
That's 2. That's
Kaluza. So
it's a 3-ball.
39 of 42.
It's a big shot. It's a big shot to make.
But you don't need to get a 3 back. You just need to get 2 back. And
O'Connell can't get it.
Well, that one went in and
quick.
out.
That's quick.
Yeah.
That's a little quick.
Yeah, but it went in and out of the hoop.
Yeah.
So the ball just didn't drop.
Let him get open on the outside. This is Bedford's game, especially missing their big guy Kumbani. They're going to try and get the shots from the outside.
Bedford seems content just to keep passing the ball around. If that means that they just kill a ton of clock. It was a little push off there, no call.
Still no calls on either side.
I can't tell the number of team fouls for
I think it's
well, see, it's Robbie. And we know that's not 7 because I think it's 6 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 6.
That probably seems about right.
Yeah.
Inbounds here from O'Connell, directing traffic.
So I think you got to watch out for you really got to keep on DeLacy like Blue and Kaliza, those 2.
Yeah.
Let somebody else beat you.
Oh, that's a no good shot. McGeady taking this one out.
And also, next foul is a.
Oh, Kelly, good move. He gave him a high five. He gave him a high five midair. I don't know what you want on a foul here, but obviously it's not what's happened.
You sure about that, Broden?
Yes. Hearing you're good. From one of the sidelines. I can't tell if it's Cowett or Moreno.
So for those of you, it's 42-39 Bedford. I think it's only a 5-minute. Oh, a steal.
2 minutes left in this 4-minute overtime.
So they try to push it up court to Mason Blondo, but that'll go out of bounds off number 13. That would be T.J. O'Connell, who's played a great game tonight.
Yeah, he exploded in that third quarter.
But here's my thing, why aren't we trying to dribble, penetrate, draw a foul? You're going to put 2 on the line.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it.
I totally understand.
And they've been fouling quite a bit, but
Strand looked like he wasn't ready for that pass. A little shocked by it.
And also, where's Blondo? Get him on the low post.
He's got too many fouls, I think. Put him out there. Strand.
That's got to be Bedford ball. So yeah, Goffstown's flat here in this overtime period.
Bagidi, who is literally right there, who they're calling it off of, does not like that call. And you know what? After this game, I tend to agree with him there, right? Because he's right there. And I'm just not sure of this officiating at this point, Scott.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. And like I said, if you didn't miss at least a dozen layups, we wouldn't even be talking.
Looks like they're trying to draw this one out. 1:17 left here in this last quarter.
And a 3-point lead.
This extra quarter.
Goffstown might need to foul here.
Yeah.
So if I am Goffstown, I'm going to start fouling.
Yep, that's what just happened.
And that'll be Begidi.
That'll be a 1-and-1 now, I believe. If our count is right. Yep, looks like everybody's starting to go towards the chair.
So Sindoni and Uzi come in. Oh, I don't like this at all.
Ooh, this is, I think this, oh no, we're not at 1-on-1 just yet.
Oh. Got a foul. Got a foul. You got a foul.
From what I heard, it sounded like travel. You know what, Scott?
How much time?
1:01. They're putting them in because they have fouls to give. They've been playing off the bench.
But now we're at the line.
Yep.
So a free throw made here will make it a 2-possession game.
That's exactly what she did.
Okay.
Because now Kelly and
all right.
Aiden will come right back in.
Yeah. So I was under the false impression that there was 6 or 7 fouls. I'm like, why are they doing that?
That's smart by Cowett. First one, no good. That's good for Goffstown.
You got to push hard, though. You got to go fast. You don't have a whole lot of time.
You've got less than a minute now, Scott. O'Connell trying to work off his man.
Unless you're going to try to get 2 and then foul. I mean, you got to do something, boys.
O'Connell.
I don't understand why Blondo is where he's at. He's got to crash the boards.
No, they do call a foul.
All right, so he'll shoot 2.
Thank you for that one.
How much time?
36.7 seconds.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to foul here.
Yep.
You've got to extend this game. It's a lot will depend upon what Begidi does if he can make both.
Sinks the first one.
So Rob Begidi makes his first. That makes it a 2-point game, 40-42, or I'd say 42-40 Bedford. Very, very important basket here. And he misses it.
Oh, Jack Kelly fighting for the rebound. He was out. That's Goffstown ball.
And Bedford is not happy. The Bedford player is not happy.
I mean, so I hate to be this petty, Scott, but I'm sorry. This is what's been happening all game. And if you want to play through contact, you can play through contact, and you got to be able to take it both ways.
Trying to be objective, that's all.
Yep. Oh, down low, Begidi. They're not going to call that a foul, and it'll
now
go to Bedford.
Yeah. So now you got a foul. Got a foul. That was a.
I'm not sure. I'm still not sure.
So it's Bedford's. It's Bedford's ball. That was. I just think that pass was like totally in traffic. That was just not a great pass.
Begidi looked free, but then I don't think he was ready for it.
So here we go. Now we got those two are going to go into foul.
Substitution to foul again. Yep.
The problem with this, right, is
you forced turnover.
No. Let me explain. Is that you're going to foul, right, and then you're going to put these guys on the line. Now, if they miss the front end of the 1-and-1, then you've got Uzi and Sindoni in your offense.
The minute they go to the line, it's a dead ball. You can.
Oh, that's right, dead ball.
Substitute somebody
you can sub in.
And that's what they'll do, because once the foul is committed, they're out.
True. And I do like that coaching call because
it's smart.
Well, it's smart because I think both Sindoni and Uzi are fast and can get on a guy and foul him fast.
Yep. They're also not bad players, Scott, if we're being completely honest.
So Goffstown's woes at the free throw line continue. 3 for 6 in the fourth quarter. Not bad overall for the game, but in terms of fourth quarter overtime.
Clutch time.
3 for 6. So we have what? What'd you say? How much time?
31.4 seconds.
31.4 seconds, and you got to foul fast here.
Yep.
You got to foul. I mean, what do you?
You're saying timeout, Bedford. Well, if you're letting them play physical, I don't.
Holy cow!
I'm not sure about this.
How much time now?
27. drained 4 seconds off.
I'm like astonished that was not a foul. I mean, Goffstown they were all over these guys.
Yep. Yeah. That's a story of this game, I guess.
So Goffstown trails 42-40. Nail biter here at the gymnasium for the Grizzlies, and really it's just been a very physical, chippy whole game, and the officials that's what's been allowed, and both teams have kind of played super aggressive. Don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
So now let's see. Ryan Strand's jersey is ripped.
Is it?
So yeah. If you take a look at Strand 23, so to me that's like, okay, someone grabbed your jersey and ripped it. You know.
Wouldn't doubt it's happened.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it again, but it seems like one of these two teams has been a little bit more physical than the other.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's purposeful.
Yeah, but then again, you could have had Strickland in the game and more, and maybe. Who knows?
Physical, I think, in the negative aspect, right, Scott?
Foul.
Oh, loose ball. Jump ball. Who's it going to go to? Goffstown ball. My goodness, Scott.
All right.
18.5 seconds left.
They're talking, so just hold tight. So now.
So there's got to be 5 seconds that ran off the clock.
Let's see what the ref says.
Hold on, I'll see if I can get this.
Stop, please.
I couldn't get what the ref was saying there in time.
I think he said 21 seconds and Goffstown's ball. Is that what it is?
Yep.
So Goffstown trails by 2 points here, and now let's see, Blondo, who's
O'Connell.
And O'Connell. Okay, so you're putting more of your offensive threats on there, but why isn't Mason Blondo down low?
He is.
No. I mean, talking like this most of this game. It's a hold. Oof. Good defense by Bedford. Almost forced a turnover.
Yeah.
So what about time? You got to keep calling out the time.
It's 20.5. 1 second went off.
Okay, and timeout, Coach Cowett. So this is a crazy time here, folks. Just to give you some perspective, in the girls' game the other night, the Trinity player came down the court and put up a 3. Two of them. So anything can happen here. I mean, you could have a Goffstown player, hit a 3-pointer right now and give them a 1-point lead. 2-pointer will tie it. I personally would like to see aggressive action going towards the hoop, trying to draw a foul. Now, the hard part with that, Broden, as you know, is that the officials haven't been too quick to blow the whistle. So therefore, it's risky in a way.
I want to see Jack Kelly hesitate himself out of the inbound and just flash to the paint, give him a high pass inside, and see what he can do up there, because he'll either draw a foul or get a layup.
I'm going to go the opposite direction. I want to see 2 other players potentially. I want to see it get into O'Connell's hand one more time. I think he has the best shot for the Goffstown Grizzlies. And then the second person I want to see hopefully get the ball is Mason Blondo. And Mason's been hard luck tonight because a lot of shots have not fallen for him. But he's got a good touch around the hoop. So they're going to stack the stack.
O'Connell gets it at the point.
So you got to keep calling that time
18 seconds. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 9. Jack Kelly, layup good! Jack Kelly ties it up! And Bedford only has 3.8 seconds to work with here, Scott. My goodness! Let's watch this. This is clutch. This is clutch. Great feed from Robbie Bagidi, and oh my goodness. Jack Kelly, no more hard luck for him as he drops that one.
So you got 3.8 seconds, you said, right?
Yep.
And
that's gonna be a tough shot to put up. And
well, you got to contest, but you can't. I'll tell you, this will be the heartbreaker of all: is if these officials call a foul or a ticky-tack.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, just sit everybody back. Sit everybody back. Don't contest it.
Then you kind of cry. No, you have to contest because with 3.8.
No, don't contest it.
No.
In the backcourt. Don't contest it. Don't contest it up until the half-court line. You don't want to get a ticky-tacky reach in.
Yeah, I don't think you will. I don't think you will. Now the ball, I think you do have to contest in the backcourt. You do, simply because it helps kill clock. And if you don't contest it, you're pretty much giving them
they
a
could
3.
roll it up
yeah,
too,
yeah. You have
like
to contest. So we got a tie score, 42. What? 42-42. Sorry about that.
3 seconds. A little more than 3 seconds left.
And is O'Connell on the bench?
Yeah, they put in Empoyo and Sindoni again.
Okay.
So they're defensive players, right?
Okay. Blondo's on the court, off the court too.
Hey, but
you don't want height on the court?
Not when you're, I guess.
You don't want height on the court?
Buzzer should be going off here.
Oh my God, Jack Kelly, thank goodness. So we're going into double overtime, folks. Look at Jack Kelly.
Blocked it.
Lucky. Now, I'm not saying lucky, but man, you imagine if you called a foul on that?
Yeah. Wow. This is a good game, Scott. And I mean, you're not paying money for this, folks, but
they're calling a jump ball on that or something. What they?
It'll stay, or it'll go Bedford possession, I think, just because of how the possession arrows are going at this point.
Yeah. Can you put the microphone on by the bed? Can you do that?
It won't be enough to pick up whatever chat is going on with refs there. They don't talk that loud.
So
Scott.
Another 5 minutes, and here's the crazy thing, right? Is so Goffstown has what? 1-1, so they're at 7 team fouls.
Yep.
And Bedford 9 still? Or did they get 10?
No, they got 10 because there was a 2.
You're right.
Was a
No, Begidi went up for a shot, and it was just a shooting foul situation. So you're right. They will be in the double bonus.
Yep.
But Begidi made only one of those 2.
Yep. This is a great game.
Oh yeah.
And I think this is what we were expecting, probably, from these two teams.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, Bedford lost by only 1 point on an O'Connell, last-second heroic shot to win the game by 1 point, and then it wasn't. Goffstown just had their number here.
Yep.
I think they won by 12, 13 points or something.
Yeah.
But here's the thing where you got to give so much credit to Bedford, is that they're without one of their best players, which is Dylan Kumbani. So, say what you will, I give edge to Bedford tonight, just because of that, in terms of the heart that they put into this game.
Yeah. And starters on the court here for Goffstown and for Bedford.
So it's DeLacy. Dish.
O'Connell. Tough shot. My goodness.
Unbelievable.
TJ O'Connell. He's getting fired up about that one.
And he should.
Yeah.
I mean, again, this will be a 3-point play for O'Connell. And
44-42, 3:48 in double overtime, folks. And if you're just joining or whatnot, you haven't caught it yet, we unfortunately don't have scoreboard as the lead goes up to 3 for Bedford.
Same thing happened in the first overtime where it was a 3-pointer, put them up, and then just it was a long time for Goffstown to do anything.
So you're going to want to see Goffstown get some quick points up. That's what they'll attempt here? No?
Someone's got to cut. Flash through the paint, please.
Begidi spin move. That's what he does so well. Londo, offensive weapon, you know him.
Now, why isn't he going down low?
Begidi will. Begidi, he gets
and
fouled.
He draws one.
Maybe 2 at the line.
And that was number 2 on that one? Show the ref?
So.
No, number 24.
24. Zimmerman.
Zimmerman, all right. So Begidi will shoot 2.
This is the first one.
I tell you, the woes, the woes of this team on the free throw line.
Yeah.
And I tell you, please don't ever blame a coach on some of these things.
So he sinks the second one. He's 1 for 2 and 1 for 2, twice over.
Goffstown presses.
Good press here from Goffstown. They're locking them up. They almost didn't get out of the backcourt.
Yeah. So 2-point lead for the Bedford Bulldogs, 45-43. We're in, what is that, double overtime. Yeah, double OT.
3 minutes left remaining in this 6th quarter. You got a lot of basketball to watch here tonight.
Looks like Bedford is content, just hold the ball, and what will Goffstown do?
Looks like they were trying to get.
No, they're just basically saying, let's, you know, they're in foul trouble, so they just got to hold on to the ball a lot.
O'Connell. That's.
Jump
they're going to call jump ball?
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
I don't agree with that one either, Scott.
Oh my gosh, like if you're, these coaches must be like out of their minds.
Yeah.
On this way this game is being called. I feel so bad for Moreno on that one because I really thought that was a foul.
But at the same time, has it not gone the other way for most of the game?
So okay, so we're gonna basically say that
it's a makeup call.
It's been called this way the whole game, and it is what it is. But still overtime. And
double overtime.
I know, double overtime, and
this is in a win or go home game. Strand trying to do too much with it, to be honest. And Strand outside Bagidi for 3. No good, not online. Jack Kelly, quick layup off the rebound. Jack Kelly, the heroics from the senior tonight. My goodness, tie game.
45-45, how much time?
2 minutes flat remaining in this double overtime.
Good pass
outside.
Out. Is it 3? No, he's not going to take it.
No, that's an odd shot not to take.
Right, I mean, he was wide open, but maybe he's just a player who doesn't hit threes, you know? Outside, another guy is totally wide open on the wing, number 24, I think.
Maybe Goffstown's content
Zimmerman.
letting that happen.
Behind the back, dribble.
Hayden tried to step in front of that. They're going to call the shooting foul, and that'll put him on the line for 3. That's a tough go.
So was that cousin on cousin?
Yeah, that was cousin on cousin. That was a little. Maybe that's for the driveway at Thanksgiving. Not for the hardwood of the playoffs.
Yeah.
But
you gotta listen. You gotta contest, but I don't know.
You just hope that he misses at least one of these.
Well,
I don't know how often that happens.
Is he hurt? He's limping.
TJ O'Connell hits that one, 46-45. And I just said it, Scott. I don't know how often TJ O'Connell misses a free throw.
Yeah.
It's not too much. I'll tell you that.
Well, you can see by on his form. To be honest with you, so he looks really smooth up there.
Yep. And that's 2. 47-45. 134 left in the double overtime session here.
And this is a team that's making their free throws.
Yep.
You know, so.
And he makes all 3.
Well, you know what?
That comes to bite you there.
Well, we've talked about this all season, Bert. You know, it's like you can't win championships and you can't win tough games without you gotta hit free throws.
Yeah, they're free. They're free shot attempts. 3 ball, Strand, no good. Kelly off the rebound, and it'll stay Goffstown possession.
He knocks it off. I think it was number 24, Zimmerman.
Yeah, what a great play.
So
hustle there from Blondo.
Yeah, but why isn't this guy getting the ball down low?
I could not tell you, Scott. Jack Kelly.
That's a foul.
That's a reach in.
But
jump. They'll call that a jump, and it'll be Bedford possession.
Okay.
Oh, my face is in my hands.
Well,
Scott. My face is in my hands. This is I mean, Coach Cowett just cannot be liking this one yet.
You know, it's gone both ways, but it's like, I guess.
I don't even like saying that, Scott. I don't think it's as of late, it has not gone both ways. That's for sure.
That was a push. That's what I'm saying. So.
It's 5 seconds.
Timeout. Coach, timeout for Bedford. That's what it is. I mean, how much time do we have in the game?
1:08.
1:08, 3-point lead for
Bedford.
Yeah, so they're going to have to foul and put them on the line again. So, but you can't foul. Don't foul O'Connell. I mean, he just sunk 3 in a row. So when you look at the between the 4th quarter and these 2 overtimes, I'm going to try to give you the free throw shooting. All right.
All right.
1, 2, 3. They've shot 60%, which is not awful.
No. That's the lower threshold you want to hit for a team.
I would agree, not awful. And unfortunately, I'm just not keeping track of Bedford's. But obviously, when you've got ice in your veins like T.J. O'Connell, and you nail 3 free throws with a minute 35 or so after getting fouled, that's just sets the mark. You know, that distinguishes things. So you need a quick foul if you're Goffstown, or just
Forced turnover.
Forced a turnover.
They're not even going to give him the foul. Stripped away. Uzi Empoyo ends up with it. 1 minute flat left in this game.
But now you got a problem because now offensively.
Downhill. Bagidi, what a shot! Oh my goodness. Robinson Bagidi, big play.
How much time? How much time?
46 seconds left, and now they'll call.
Yeah, you got a foul there.
Yep, that one's on Kelly.
But a good quick foul.
My goodness, Robbie Bagidi.
Yeah, Bob.
Wow.
We didn't have a rebound. I'm sorry, replay on that one.
Yes,
oh, you
did.
do?
What are you talking about?
This will be highlight reel.
I didn't have
Spin,
time.
move, and then
acrobatic. Right there, my God, when it counts. When it counts. Wow.
So who's on the line? That's number 2.
I believe that's
Kaluza. And he's got 2 important free throws to make. And this is a 1-and-1. No, it's 2, double bonus. I see a 10 up there.
I think it's the first one.
So it's a 49.
47.
And at least this one will be a single possession 3-point differential with, what'd you say, how much time?
45.7 seconds.
45,
left.
okay. So again,
Goffstown
can afford to go and try to get 2 and then foul again if need be.
Sinks both of them. It's a 3-point game.
Got to hurry up, Robbie Bagidi. You don't have time. You don't have to worry about a 3. You can go quick on a 2. They're playing great defense, though.
O'Connell looking to see what he
I don't want the ball in O'Connell's hand in that situation. You want it in Bagidi's hands.
Bagidi works inside. Foul called. He'll get 2 at the line.
How much time?
26.2 seconds left.
So Bagidi, he's desperately got to make these 2, and he's kind of struggled a little bit from the line, quite honestly.
Scott, I'm going to mute. I'm going to mute our mics as we let Bagidi take these 2.
Hey, you can run down in here. Get it quicker.
All right, great job by Bagidi and clutch. And they're going to have to foul again.
Not who you want to foul. Not who you want to foul. Not who you want to foul. Oh, that went off Bagidi's foot. They're going to say it was out of bounds. Was he?
No.
Are you kidding me?
Hold that one again.
Oh,
so we're going to want to show that one again. Foul.
No, you don't want to foul O'Connell.
You want to foul him.
Now you want to, yeah, okay. 16.6.
Was 11? Can't see. It's DeLacy.
He's just not out of bounds there, Scott.
Okay, did they call it a kick or something?
Nope, they said out of bounds. He pointed down at the line, and it wouldn't have been an intentional kick as it was thrown up to him, and he had no control over his foot in the air. All right.
Another free throw made.
That's a 2-point game now. I'm going to make it a 3-point game.
Yeah. With how much time? 16?
16-6.
And another timeout. Let's go back to that play again. And too bad we can't zoom in. You know, that'd be really cool if you could.
I may be able to. Hold on.
Really?
Give me 2 seconds.
All
Give me
right.
2 seconds.
So I'll keep talking while you're kind of playing there. So what a game. We're in double overtime, folks. Bedford with a 51 to 49 point lead. And I'd say advantage Bedford simply because, man, they have knocked down their free throws. So, you know, for those of you who are young players, I can't emphasize enough the importance of really practicing your free throws, because it does come into play in these tight games, and advantage Bedford this evening as they have been unbelievable from the free throw line. So so with that, we're going to see one more free throw. I think that was, here we go.
I can't zoom it in, Scott, but you can see that.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. And then what does he do? He says, yeah, he's pointing down.
Foot is on the line is what he was saying. I'm going to keep trying to see if I can.
Yeah, it's okay. It looked like there was how do I put this, hardwood between Bagidi's sneaker and the baseline.
Yeah.
Ref was kind of close, but it just looked. If anything, if you said to me that they would have called like a kickball, then maybe I would have given that to you. But
but I also don't think he had control over his foot, and it was kind of thrown into it.
It was thrown into it, right? A kickball has to be one that's intentional.
Yep.
So let's just see, man, if they can nail this one, and they do. So 3-point lead now, 52 to 49.
Taking it up. 13 seconds here.
Yeah, but you got to go quick unless you're going to get a 3.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Put it up, Robbie.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Buzzer.
Game over. Game over, and the Bedford Bulldogs come up with a monster win. Look at them celebrate, and they've got good reason to. Just a crazy, crazy game. They came up just with an unbelievable performance when it counted, and you got to give them all the credit because, Broden, they nailed every single free throw in these overtimes.
And you know, there's a bitter taste in Goffstown mouth as we see Aiden and TJ O'Connell showing a little family embrace there, but there's a bitter taste in Goffstown's mouth. Over the past 2 games, we've seen these tough games have come down to tough plays and tough calls on either side, and it's tough for Goffstown as the season comes to a close. The postseason comes to a close here. Goffstown takes the loss 52-49 to Bedford, and so not much else to say, Scott.
Yeah, so let's talk about the seniors. Let's say goodbye to some of them who over the last few years have contributed a great deal. And the first one I want to talk about is Jack Kelly.
Jack Kelly played the best ball I've ever seen him play this season.
And next guy up is Nate Bonacorsi, senior as well.
Role player. We love to say that, especially in the girls broadcast, but Nate Bonacorsi can come in and play a good leader role for these boys.
And who else we got?
Sindoni, who was the 6th man coming off the bench. There were a couple games where he had 10-plus points, and he played very well this season as I believe he's a 3-year varsity player.
Sure. So. And was St. Pierre? I didn't see him on the bench.
St. Pierre, I didn't see him this game, but he was also a senior.
Also big contributor. Yeah. And I think that was it, right, for our seniors? Or am I off?
I believe so. I don't have the roster in front of me.
Peyton Pollard, he's not a senior.
Peyton Pollard is a senior, actually.
Oh, he is? Okay, so Peyton Pollard would be our last senior.
Another role player there.
All right. So with that, what a fantastic game here in Goffstown. Unfortunately for the Grizzlies, they came out on the short end of this one. But you can't say enough about the performance by the Bedford Bulldogs. And I think, in closing, we got to give credit where credit is due. Todd O'Connell, he was lights out in that second half.
That third quarter, he came and almost took that lead away from the Grizzlies by himself.
So the first half was dominated by DeLacy, and then Todd O'Connell, I think, just lit it up, and then ice in veins in terms of, their ability to put those free throws, just to knock them down. So disappointing end of the season for the Goffstown Grizzlies, but they've got a lot of talent, nothing to be
a lot of young talent.
Yeah,
Scott.
I mean they have 3 starting sophomores on their team, and they've got a good future ahead of them. So with that, we're going to sign off, and I thank you, Broden, for a great basketball season, and I guess we'll get ready, take about a month or so off, and we'll get ready for lacrosse. I don't do lacrosse, but I do girls softball games and baseball and
boys volleyball.
Boys volleyball. So don't spike it too much, Broden. And with that, thank you everyone for watching, and thanks to our fans here in Goffstown as well as the visitors from Bedford. Want to wish you all the best, and best of luck to Bedford in the next round of the playoffs. Talk to you soon. Take care, folks.
Don't forget to stay hydrated. See you.